What role would you play in your group in the event of a zombie apocalypse? I'm black, so I'm leaving the set after 30 minutes. The pussy who runs away first. Same. I'd probably show up in a later episode to get my head blasted off. I'm first dead. I accept this. I wouldn't do well in a post-apocalyptic society. I don't even like camping, let alone surviving an apocalypse. TBH, I would be a zombie. Let's be honest. This is Reddit. We'd all be the one who dies stupidly trying to be a hero that everyone secretly pitied. Not all of us are without skills, some of us are old smiley face. The recluse in the woods with minimal first aid knowledge. My boyfriend has a plan for the zombie apocalypse which revolves around moving into a compound with his friend group and their families. And the idea of getting stuck in such a scenario is so unappealing that I'd take my chances with the zombies and crumbling society and head for the woods right along with you. The guy who goes to a former game store, steals some games, a TV, and goes to a working outlet to play Mario Kart Wii till I die. The older guy who has to quickly teach the young survivors a lot of useful skills and how to think like survivors before he dies from health problems predating the poxyclips. I'd betray my group for my own benefit and then meet up with them in later seasons. You stole all the orange juice and abandoned the group. Shoots you in the face. I'm a botanist, I can grow food. And I'm pretty good at it. Of course this means we'd have to be the hunker down and build a society kind of group, instead of the wandering kind. Though even while wandering I know what plants we can eat. Bait. I would be the pyrotechnic. Make around 50 pounds of napalm over a large span of time and make bombs out of it. Edit. And I would run to the nearest cheesecake factory and get as much cheesecake as I can and bring it back to my house. Boot. Commit war crimes on zombies. Hell yeah, commit war crimes and eat some good ass cheesecake. You can't commit a war crime on no person. You could call it animal abuse though. The problem with napalm is having an effective means of storage, distribution, and disposal. You'd be better off making gunpowder to use in pipe bombs. THW guy who owns a stash of junk food and keeps it a secret would try to kill everything that is decaying or green simply because being low on food would make me angry. I will be alone since I'm already alone, and because of that the first thing I will do is barricade my home. Build it into a fortified fort. Build an underground tunnel connecting to my neighbor's house. And make sure to kill my neighbor's zombie bodies and use their territory as an expansion. I will also build miniatures that will sustain me to live long enough to enjoy the zombie apocalypse. This also sounds great. What the fuck? Yes. They're all sounded good. I forgot to mention I will build a guillotine because you know if things get tasty I will behead my own head. Now I know what you're thinking. Why not shoot yourself in the head? That's a wonderful idea. But knowing that if I shot myself in the head there's a low chances I will survive and rendered very weak, with massive brain trauma. So the option of shooting myself in the head or building a contraption to shoot myself in the head is out of the question. Also noting I will be leaving a note instructing people if they found my fort in good condition and can be rebuilt to take care of it, and please make sure to bash or shoot my head to make sure I am dead. Please, if we do end up in a zombie apocalypse and you happen to be somewhere in Tennessee and discovered a barricaded fort stocked with food, weapons, ammunition, and dead body on a custom guillotine, please make sure to bash or shoot my head. If you do happen to be in Tennessee and found my fort and I'm alive, make sure to bring some whiskeys and hoes. If no hoes, we can hunt for zombie hoes together to play blackjack. Bro, sounds like a plan. I shall join you. Probably the rational mind in this situation. I'm pretty good at thinking under stress. Not leader material, IK that for sure, but helpful. I feel like this would probably be me as well. I do well under stress. I have some skills. Firearms, fishing, field dressing. I'm a nursing student so I know basic first aid and anatomy. Have had to shoot someone in self-defense so I know I'm capable of it, etc. But I would absolutely not want to be an actual leader. Advisor to the leader. Maybe. I think I'd most likely be the problem solver, or depending on the group, the hunter, as most people I know don't have it in them to kill any animal, and I at least know the very, very basics. Probably a Daryl sort of character. Mostly quiet and the loner of the group, but willing to do what needs to be done, and a consummate survivor. Lock myself in a house and stab anyone that comes near me. Then dies hallucinating due to loneliness. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. The guy who rallies the troops and has an initial plan to keep everyone safe in the group, but the first to die in the most unceremonious way. Like getting attacked by zombies while taking a shit. Something along those lines probably. First one dead, for sure. I would try to be as productive as I can, but I wouldn't be of any help when it would come to fighting or running. I'll be just fine being the housewife of the group, lol. I would be the one like 20 to 30 miles from civilization, living in peace until the zombies find me. If they ever do. Zombie apocalypse was actually how I got myself into running, climbing, and lots of functional fitness. I do a lot of heavy pack rocking as well, and I'm the only friend with a couple guns, which I also got just for zombies and fun. I would most likely be the scout-gatherer. Probably the leader. I've always went in that direction during a crisis. I work well under pressure. I'm lazy without it though. Happy green cheese day. I would be the leader of a small scavenging group that would bring supplies to the much larger group with items such as food, ammunition, Kamikazi, I mean clothing. Well, living in the depths of Alaska, there are a lot of what-ifs. OLZ won't be much of a problem for my area. It will be hard enough just living survivalist in this area without Zed or other people to worry about. So my role, I would be the planner and organizer of logistics. It's a vital and critical role. Don't open that door. Don't break that. Be quiet. You only see one. You don't know how many are actually out there. Watch your step. Turn that off. Wash your hands. Make sure it's cooked. Close your eyes when opening that. This is the worst possible time to start learning to juggle axes. The guy who yells, "I've got this," right before being mauled by 100 zombies. Sacrificial slow runner for them to gain a head start. The one who's like, "I really don't care," and kills zombies day to night as entertainment. The one who kills everyone else because they're gonna get me killed. You sound like the guy who robs all the supplies and leaving the group to starve to death or get mauled by zombies. You're thinking selfishly. I like that. I'd rather be selfish than zombie food. Yes, the world doesn't revolve around you, so you must drag it away from everyone else. I don't need to be the center of the universe, but I don't want to be at the center of a feeding frenzy either. Being eaten alive? Not my idea of a good time. Survival of the fittest. I feel like I'd have to be the leader. Seems like when it comes to things now, I'm usually the one who has to instigate any new activities or projects and walk everyone else through it or help them learn their part in it. Probably the technical advisor or the leader. I would be one of the more knowledgeable in useful fields like weaponry or first aid. I also probably have the most useful equipment. Same. My family joked for years that if the apocalypse happened, they're coming to my house. Well, we had a bad storm here several years ago, and I had almost a dozen people in my one-bed, one-bath house for a week. I'm just keeping my head down until this blows over so they don't get any ideas. Nobody knows the basics anymore: how to make potable water, how to hunt for food, how to survive without the internet. I'd be the guy that picks where we're going to move to and live. Long-term strategist, you're thinking about those zombies shambling this way. But I'm already thinking about how to build a defensible permanent structure and set things up so zombies mostly never find it. You want to raid that store to see if there's any food left on the shelves. I'm thinking about what we're going to do for food and heat when winter comes. I suspect that with some practice I could be an adequate shot with a rifle. And I could handle some manual labor, though I'm not 20 anymore. Beyond that, I have quite a few skills at the half-assed level that I could probably refine into something useful given the opportunity and the need. Presumably because no actual skilled person is available. I could probably repair an older motor, rig a battery, make a still, handle some basic medic work, etc. Cool. You'd like to think so, because you'd like to think you're going to survive. But my lack of stamina and immediately useful skills probably means I wouldn't last long enough to join a group large enough to utilize what I have to offer. And if I did find a large enough group, they probably already have someone like me or more useful already, and might not look kindly on the resource drain or potential human threat I represent. You never know, better be safe than sorry, plus you could teach your skills to others. I would gather snacks, attacking cause I know if I wasn't doing something I would waste the food supply. The comic relief. I'd let that first wave of heroes run out there if they wanted to. I'd be in the background figuring out how to make flamethrowers and traps I could set off remotely. Launch a pitchfork at 80 miles per hour coated in flaming gasoline and small chunks of explosives so kills 100 at a pop. I'm on it. Got your back. Dying for the glory. No thanks. I'm more like watch those mofo zombies explode while packed into a hallway on closed-circuit TV. Grab a beer. Repeat. The guy who can actually shoot a gun. The asshole who hides their bite probably. The backpack. The one who dies to motivate the group to fight harder. Hammond overdrive. And then I would die like a fucking idiot. You thought this was a zombie apocalypse, but it was me, Dio. The one with the fewest possible weapons available. Yarn and houseplants. Absolute goner. I'd probably not notice anything out of the usual in that situation. The pathologist. Disease doctor, scientist. Who knew something like this would happen eventually and built safe houses within 5 miles from everyone they know. Edit. I would probably try to join a group though, since safety in numbers. The leader. A lot of my friends know that although I am not the smartest, I am really good at figuring out what people are good at and using that to make quick, effective plans. I am also able to shovel the shit and do the things no one else wanted to do. Asterisk the goblin slayer like dude asterisk. Better not cut yourself on that edge. Support. I got the extra guns and medicine. Also probably throw myself at zombie to save someone else. Gross IK. The whole damn arsenal. I'd be the guy to bring a rocket launcher to play rock paper scissors. Half badass, half scary cat. Zenitsu. Is that you? Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.